And then hopefully this thing should be running mechanically sound as possible.
I've just blown the engine up, haven't I?
Ready and driving for the summer so I can actually enjoy it.
What the what's that?
Up into the valve and destroy basically the whole engine. So we don't want that happening.
Oh, God, right.
And welcome back to the 944 build, where that 10-minute job has turned into a 1-month job. Last episode I completely rebuilt all the brakes so the car can actually stop. Now it's a question of making sure this engine is reliable and doesn't blow itself up. Without further ado, it is engine time. What I didn't know about this car, which I didn't even think, it didn't really cross my mind. So in here you've got two cam belts. I believe it's two cam belts, I could be wrong. I think that's right, yeah. He is wrong. There's one timing belt and there's one balance shaft belt that run alongside each other. But you have two belts, and this is a interference engine. So essentially, if the belt tool was snapped, the timing belt plays a significant role in keeping the valves and the pistons in time. And if it snaps or moves to a different position, this happens. It's now the 20th of May, and I want to get this car ready and driving for the summer so I can actually enjoy it rather than just sitting in here doing piss all, really. Having this workshop, I really appreciate when you've got days like this. It's dark out there, it's a little bit rainy, windy, cold. And here, I've got a car lift. I've got lights, I've got warmth, I've got a nice floor, all my tools here. And then out there, it's all grim. That's where I used to be. Very lucky, very happy as well. Just makes everything so much easier. And so now we've got to lock the crank. And by doing that, we're going to take out the start motor. So, we got to go under. You can see here through the side of the engine, down the bell housing line, this is where you can see the flywheel. There'll be a line that needs to meet up there saying OT. Now we're at top dead center. So we can lock off both the cam and the crank. So when we go to put in the new belt, everything should fit nicely and the engine will be in time, which is what we need, because if it's not, then it's going to be catastrophic engine failure. So right now I'm just taking out the starter motor so I can put in the flywheel lock, so both parts of the engine will be in time and not move. Okay, that's the starter motor out. And this tool here just clips in the back of the flywheel teeth where the starter motor was, stopping the crank from moving, which is perfection. Those new green brakes, fresh. Alright, so we've got the dot at the front of the engine lined up. This is just for the camshaft down here. Next comes off the balance shaft belt. What the balance shaft actually does, which I was never aware of, was has a weight, essentially like a camshaft rod, and that in turn makes the engine vibrations lower when it's spinning, which I thought was really clever and I've never seen before. Next, the main timing belt is coming out, as well as the covers surrounding the water pump and the pulleys. That is actually coming off. I've been playing with that for a little bit. Jesus, that is so bad. Ticking time bomb. Okay, so now I've exposed where the water pump is because we're going to be replacing this as well. It's this whole section here. And then also, I was going to replace all these seals because that's where the oil is leaking. But if I'm real with you right now, I don't actually have £60 in my account to get the seals. So I can't do it. But it should be fine. I can always do it in the future if I need to. And now off comes the water pump. Oh, more water. Stop. Oh my god. So venison here now. Oh my god. Right, stop. Don't know why I only got one of those now. Oh god. Whoa, that's rusty. How old is that? It's been sat for 8 years with water just in it, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. The tsunami underneath here. Right, now we've got that one out. Ooh, nice and shiny. So so satisfying comparing old parts and new parts. First things first, I'm getting that timing cover cleaned up because it was covered in oil. Then goes on the timing belt, making sure that it has been tensioned down properly, so if it's not, it could potentially slip and then cause the engine to self-destruct. Not good. And then the last belt to go on is that balance shaft belt. But then it takes a turn for the worse. So I just missed that because I was messing around, but it just started, but then I had like a crunching noise. So I'm praying that I haven't gone blowing up this engine. I just locked out. I've just blown the engine up, haven't I? Oh, bad. Now, if you're wondering why I look like I'm about to have a mental breakdown, it's probably because I am. Engine locking up is worst case scenario. When an engine is rotating, you have a belt which keeps the cam gears and the crank to stay in time with each other. However, if the belt does not keep in time, then what can happen is when the piston comes up, it can end up clashing with the valve as the valve hasn't gone back in time, and therefore blocking the path of the piston. Not good, as the average price for one of these is around £1,300. Right, it's time to work on the Porsche again. Last time I worked on this thing, I made a catastrophic mistake. I think the flywheel was about 1/2 of what it should have been. I double checked everything over, which is a shame. It's so annoying. It's really, really annoying. I thought I'd done everything right. I'm just praying there's no hole in the piston. I've got a bent valve, then we're all good, but if not, then I want to drive it. I need to get it fixed. I can't just have it sitting here all the time. I've got to face it. So the idea today is get the whole top end stripped off, all the manifolds off, whatever else has to come off, and see if I got away with it. I'm praying to God. I think it should be all right. There's just no way of telling until we get cracking. What a useful tool. That is literally like one of those tools that I use, honestly, probably like once a year, but then when I do use it, I really need it. Right, now all these bolts are out. Unfortunately, not all of them are able to get out because some of them are rusty, but most of them are. Now this manifold can come off, and then get the rest of the head off. Right, fine. Stop saying right. Everything is stripped off the engine now. I'm ready to take off the head. I literally just dropped a bolt in the engine as well, down one of the oil holes. Cursed at the moment. But anywho, here we are. Take his head off, and then fingers crossed that I haven't shot myself in the foot. Well, I already have done that. It's amazing getting 1 tooth wrong on the timing gear led to all of this. No broken piston. No bent valves. What the what's that? Oh my God. Right, I can't see any damage to this up. That looks like a gasket which came off earlier. Found this in there. I think it's that. An old gasket, surely. So this engine might actually be savable. Hopefully, I haven't completely and utterly destroyed it with being bolts and God knows what else in there. It's just silly little mistakes like that can really cost you everything. But if the valves are fine and the pistons seem to look okay, I was going to go through, check everything, then could actually be all right with just replacing the gaskets, retiming it perfectly, and Bob's your uncle. But we'll just have to wait and see. Well, I figured it out and it's good news. So after doing some detective work, so like I showed you earlier, this was in one of the cylinder holes. I don't know what you call it, but whatever. It's like a piece of plastic, and I think this might be in the intake tube, possibly another one of my errors. Come on, which are stacking up now. But from being in this piston, it's only left a tiny little mark on the top, no actual indentation or nothing on the cylinder walls. Yes, I've checked that as well. So that's all good. The next thing to check is if the head has any damage. You can see here on the head, also marking, but not actual indentation, just where it's scraped off the carbon on it. The same goes for here. So actually the head is fine as well. The valves aren't bent either, actually got away very lightly. But other than that, looks like we can just replace the head gaskets, get everything cleaned up, and then hopefully that should be it. You can put the whole engine back together, new gaskets, check everything over, make sure there's no plastic in there this time, because obviously he doesn't like plastic. This head gasket, I don't think has been replaced in 40 years since the car was made, so it's really stuck on this head. Now ideally I would get the head re-skimmed, but I'm staying within budget, so I'm just going to have to sand it and just scrape off the rest. But I think it should work fine. These little cylinders that sit in the cam head are basically responsible for pushing down the valve when the cam pushes them. Remember from earlier when I had to cut the exhaust manifold off, these are those stubborn screws, so I put a nut on it and welded around the edge, and then hopefully this should pull it out. Right, finally I've taken off the gasket off the top of that head gasket, and Jesus Christ, just to give you a bit of reference between YouTube and reality, this is probably going to be like a 10-second time lapse. In fact, my phone actually turned off halfway through because it took so long. Just to take off this gasket here, which is all this stuff here, that took me 4 hours. 4 hours of the day just taking off the gasket. It's insane. That's money right there. That looks beautiful. Got some more stuff to change on it though, so it's not completely finished. Oh my god, the difference is insane. It's going to go into that filthy engine bay. It will be cleaned up more eventually, but yeah, it's going into this. So this is all going to have to be cleaned up at some point. I don't know when, but it's got to match that. Manifold also looking fresh. Crusty, it's literally holes in it. Probably held together. This is literally such a satisfying task. It's like when you take the new plastic off your iPhone or something. What's also very satisfying is the amount of support I've been getting from you guys. It's insane. Like, the comments are just lovely. You guys are all being so supportive and really interested in the build as well, which I really appreciate. It's amazing. But it took a lot for me to actually start this channel. I was really unsure whether to do it or not. Thought I might be judged quite a lot, but I thought wrong. Everyone's been brilliant. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far. And if you're new here, if you enjoy this sort of content, definitely subscribe. I've got a lot more coming, some fun, weird builds, I don't know, we'll make it up as we go. Although I haven't made it far yet, I'm still really enjoying the process and I think I'm going to keep at it. But yeah, no, once again, a massive thank you to everyone. Anyway, enough soppy shit, let's go back to this. Now putting the lifters back in, making sure they're all labelled and going the right holes again. It's 6 in the morning. I'm going to try to get this I'm going to try to get this car done before work. You can really tell, can't you? But yeah, it's just on my mind last night. I just want to get it done and dusted. So hopefully we've done 3 hours to try and do it, and I think that's possible. So start the clock. Some new injector seals going in as the old ones were crusty. Q fail number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Okay, right, it's now 8:28 in the morning. Let's give this a go. Oh God, right. Basically what's happening there is I put this cam on the other day, forgot to set it in the right position, so it pushed one of the valves down into the head. It's obviously bent it, that's why it's over revving. So the head's got to come off again. It didn't make sense that it could be a valve though, because all 4 pistons had the same compression, so it must have been something else. I don't want to speak too soon. That might be it, give me a second, I just need to confirm. And from yesterday, the car ran perfectly fine. Ideally, it's going to start fine. If it starts fine today, put the engine back together, put the rest of the stuff back on the car, and then hopefully take it for a drive. But knowing my luck at the moment and how it's been going, anything could happen. So I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed and hope for the best. So of course. So I ended up moving the timing belt 1 tooth and made a lot of other adjustments, tuning the car for a whole day, and eventually it started to sound better. I didn't have one of the sensors plugged in. This is an emotional roller coaster. Right. Okay. And it's out. First time in 3 months. No, a month. Consistency is key. I don't think this engine bay's had a clean in the last 10 years since it's been sat in that barn. So here it is, a well-deserved wash. Finally, this Porsche 944 engine is back together. It's been an absolute emotional roller coaster. Unfortunately, it wasn't as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. That is how it goes sometimes with these things though. First, I dropped a piece of plastic into the inlet manifold, and then the engine took it in. And luckily didn't cause any damage, but that was a silly mistake. I then took the whole engine to pieces, took the plastic out. What did I do after that, you may ask? I then went and tightened the cam down when it was in the wrong timing, and luckily got away with not bending a valve, but then I had to take the whole engine apart again. So the third time putting it together, and after the third time of putting it back together, it still didn't run quite properly. I had to do a lot of adjustments, like moving the belt one tooth on the crank and a couple of other little changes, but now it's running all good, finally. So we've got brakes on the car, we can now stop. We've got a reliable engine, I hope, and now next on the list to do is the interior. Things don't often go to plan though, I'm well aware of that. I've been working on cars since I was 15 years old, and I know now that things don't always go to plan, especially when you're self-taught from YouTube videos or Haynes manuals. But you know what, I've often found from doing these major fails that I've learnt so much because I had to fix all these issues. The relationship I have with cars is definitely a love-hate. It's great fun when they're driving them and they're easy to work on, but when they go wrong, they go wrong. But when you finally do make it, and it sort of works, it's all worth it. But you just got to remember that, keep that in mind. Anyway, enough yappering. Thank you so much. Please remember to like and subscribe, it really helps out. Somehow managed to gain 2,500 subscribers in a month, so that's great. The support's been amazing. I appreciate every one of you and the lovely comments. But yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the next video. Hopefully it'll be out on time. I know this one was late, but what can you do? Adios.